Have you ever thought about making 2 to 5,000% return in one day? Is it even possible? Well, yes, it is, because this one stock we're going to cover today actually made 5,000% in one day. Now, depending on when you bought the stock, it could range anywhere from 2 to 5,000%. So let's dive into it. A publicly traded company on the Nasdaq, the ticker symbol is OCTO, Eightco Holdings Company, dropped a press release before 5 a.m. this morning. And when it dropped the press release, the stock actually had gone up significantly on the news. Now, the Friday close on the stock was around $1.46. They dropped the news. It opens this morning, and then it opens up, and it's already trading above $2. And between 5 and right before 7, the stock had already been up around $3 to, well, essentially 350. Then right before 7, the stock continues to rise. On this news, volume is picking up. Most of the active traders that start trading at 7 and beyond start piling in based on the news. And then all of a sudden, by 8:30, the stock is now at literally $16. And the story still gets better. By 10 o'clock, the stock hit $50 or 10:30. And then by noon, 12:30, the stock went to $80. So had you owned this stock last week on Friday at $1.46 and sold right at the peak, you would be making 5,000% returns. Now, is that realistic to even know that this stock was going to do it? No. But if you bought it on the news this morning before 5 or before 7 even, and you caught it at that $3.50 range or under that, and was able to sell it at the peak, which is impossible to time, but let's say you did, you would almost be making 2,200%. Now, is that even possible to hit the absolute bottoms and the absolute tops? Probably not. But at least what you can do is capture a big part of that move. And this is what we talk about at Financial Liberties, is looking for these outlier stocks that come out with news, and then all of a sudden they're popping off pre-market and then going into regular trading hours, which starts at 9:30. If the stock continues to rise, you're going to have lots of people piling in then. Now, what causes stock to rise so much during regular hours was probably a short squeeze. We don't see it happen too often in many stocks, but when they do get squeezed, you start to see a phenomenal return, because those people who are short are now buying up the stock at much higher prices because they're going to get their heads chopped off. So essentially, this company drops the news, the stock pops off and continues to run. And then by the end of the day, it closed around $4, $45, $46, where it's at probably right now. Now, what it does tomorrow, who knows? Let's see. But I've seen other stocks essentially doing the same thing and continuing on for the next day on the squeeze. So what was the news that actually drove this stock? Well, it seems like they actually raised $250 million for a Treasury buy. And what they're actually buying is crypto. And not just any crypto, they're buying a particular one, which is called Worldcoin, and that is WLD. And they seem to be the first one to have raised the significant amount of capital to invest and buy this crypto for a part of the Treasury. And now this is a publicly traded company. So not only is the crypto sector on fire, we're starting to see lots of publicly traded companies that are also going on fire. I'm going to include the press release in this video. You can skim through it very quickly, but this is an example of how stocks that make significant news and volume starts piling in, short covering happens, can make outlier returns. And that's phenomenal to see. Doesn't happen too often, but when it does, wow, what a run they can take. Another company that did the same thing was Bitmine Immersive Technology. Their ticker symbol is BMNR. And back at the beginning of July, they announced a very similar type of deal. A big capital raise, hundreds of millions of dollars. The stock literally goes from $5 to $150 in a matter of 2 to 3 days. And now the stock is at $44. But this is going to show you that there is a major trend developing where publicly traded companies are partnering with capital firms that are raising tons of capital and buying cryptos, various cryptos for their treasury. So this crypto market is not going away anytime soon. And anyone who denies cryptos is really going to get left behind, sadly to say. But this is a trend that's been emerging for a while now. And this trend will continue because last year we saw the ETFs come out. They were buying Bitcoin and Ethereum. A couple came out with Solana. XRP is on my radar for ETFs later this fall. End of October is what I'm hearing. Yet XRP price is still rising as a result of it. And there's a ton of ETFs that I think will come to the market. So they're going to be buying these various cryptos that are going to be a part of the treasury, and they're raising significant amounts of capital. So this crypto market space still has significant upside, I do believe. Now, do you want to find the next stock that can do 5,000 to 5,000%? Well, it's all about timing and being there early in the market. You have to be up early, watching the news, seeing the stocks that come out with breaking news like this, and then jump on the trade. Once you're in the trade, you can take the profits all along the way while it's riding up. There's technical analysis that you can apply, but once that momentum kicks in, we don't know where the stock prices are going to go. Essentially, this one squeezed, like we said, to $80. Does that happen often? No, but when it does, it's a great return in a matter of a day. So take advantage of the market while it's hot, because at some point the market will cool down. The whole key to it is knowing when to get out, take your profits, and when to run. And that's something we share on Financial Liberties, is applying technical analysis, looking for these momentum trades, and then participating in them. And follow us for more stocks that are breaking out based on significant news. This is what we look for, as well as coverage on various other topics and sectors like precious metals, hard assets. The miners are taking off in the resource sector. It just seems like the markets are on fire. Take advantage of it while you can, because at some point they will turn over. AI stocks have done well this last few years. Can they continue? Possibly, but there are other sectors that are really taking off, and we want you to participate in this. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment below. Take care.